breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm.
Oh man, what's up everybody? Here we go. We'll fade in here and start chatting. Not a very good morning for what we have on the screen right now, that's for sure. This is obviously Hurricane Laura, and so there's no more speculation. You know, a lot of what we do here in the page is look at what's coming, but now we pretty much know. We got T-minus less than 24 hours before landfall, so everybody's getting prepped for history making, no doubt. So welcome to Mike's weather page, and all the Coneheads, all our friends and family, all our supporters. We got a cool little thing here. We got a lot of new fans over in Texas, Louisiana. So welcome. We talk about the tropics a lot. We like to look long range. We have fun, you know, when there's not a lot of serious stuff going on. But we'll keep it kind of short and sweet today and talk about it. All the facts, I guess. There's really very little doubt now. This is what it is and where it's going. But when I say history making, it's because there's very few Cat 4 hurricanes that make U.S. landfall, and each of those usually has its own story. This one will obviously have its own story. Come this time tomorrow, we'll know exactly. The face of many areas will be changed forever this time tomorrow morning. There's zero doubt. So we'll get into all that. But I do got the puppies. Not everybody is not in that area, so we'll share the puppies. Our puppies were going to be featured today. Oldsmar, we have a photo shoot at 10:30. They picked today of all days. We scheduled this day months ago, but they're going to be on the cover of Oldsmar's holiday magazine, and they want Louie dressed up in Santa. So we have a Santa outfit, and Hunter's going to be in a little box, a little Christmas box. So they're ready. Look at it. They're calm. They're happy. Ready for prime time. Hunter is definitely becoming Louis 2.0. He's a calm little guy. Look at it. He kind of looks the same. He's got a little bigger, wider spot on his head. But the official dogs of Mike's weather page, Hunter and Louis, been around. You guys love them. Soon we'll be able to do meet and greets again one day. Hopefully things get back to normal. Planning on a couple of them at Big Storm Brewery here, and maybe a couple other joints here in town. There's our girl Lexi. All right, so what do we do here at Mike's weather page? Well, we talk about weather, and we talk about long-range forecast, and we talk about all the possibilities, and it's brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located here in sunny Florida. And they are family owned and operated since 1936. Proud sponsors of our site. They actually sent me this cool little banner. So we love them. And they support Drunk Donkey Nation. So we hope Drunk Donkey Nation supports them, right? And I know you do. It's an amazing relationship that we have. Very amazing relationship. So thanks to ABC for everything they do. Some exciting things are coming, that's for sure. So I'm going to thank some other sponsors on the website a little bit. You know, I'm becoming more and more aware that we are not just a Facebook community or a YouTube community. We are a weather community, and we have a lot of weather sponsors that are heading towards the storm. I'll just show them right now because it's a big deal. Then we'll get right into it. But obviously, Sparks Energy is all the line workers, huge company. They're heading into the storm, and they'll be backing up. We're going to have power outages way inland. This is when I post the power outage graphic, people don't realize the amount of power outages that we're going to see. So Sparks and OSR, One Source Restoration, Tammy Kent, she posted. She's a big Facebooker, and they're on their way. She is in the storm, so she's going to be sending us video with her crews. They're there ready to restore power. So that's amazing. Lodging Solutions. These guys bring portable housing for disaster areas. Blake Martin, incredible. These I didn't even know this industry existed. So they'll be heading in. It's crazy. And some others. I'm going to show. I'm going to go into all of them here in a little bit. But here's the scoop. All right. So the latest advisory just came out. The winds are up to 115 Category 3, so it's already a major hurricane. The track has been spot on. We're looking at estimated landfall really close to the state line. It might have shifted a tick to the east a little bit overnight, but the track has been spot on now for days. More, it has gone back to Louisiana a little bit. So. Yesterday the NHC, quoted that there was a lot of modeling that showed west, and they weren't going to make a knee-jerk reaction because models wiggle back and forth. Storms wobble and wiggle, and stronger storms go north. So this one has never made that west turn, kind of right back where it started. The classic windshield wiper effect. There's expected landfall tonight. So unfortunately, we're looking at an overnight landfall. 120 mile an hour winds. Well, that's coastal. That's a little weakening right at landfall. They are expecting a little bit of weakening before landfall. There's 130. So whether it does or not, it's immaterial. So it's supposed to be 130 later today, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern, maybe a little weakening, but that's kind of coastal. This is where it's deceiving because they're showing the M right on coast. So. Category 4 expected. And that's big time. And some of the effects. All right, so let's talk about the facts. These are the feelings that I get. And I don't have a chance to look at the comments. I apologize, guys. I tried to. There's Whitney. What's up, Whitney Harris? Jim Parker. Sailboat. We don't want to be there, that's for sure. Who else we got? Jason. Hey, Jason. Every storm's different. Hey, Stephanie Stokes. Everybody to the west. The farther you go from the center, with Shelby, listen, this close. Very, I saw people in Louisiana worried, like New Orleans, that this is heading up to them. But there's no weather pattern. There's very little denial right now that we have this high pressure system right here. That's what the hurricane hunters are looking at. They measure all the air. They drop all kinds of sensors, and they're very confident that high pressure is what it is. The effects, though, on the west side versus the east side. West side, you're going to get effects, but the counterclockwise nature of a system is the surge. The initial surge from the center, the core, is intense. Probably a little tighter than that, actually. It's not that wide out. Maybe the core of the system. So regardless, the surge on both sides of the core will produce surge. But the farther you go out from the center, the winds are blowing counterclockwise and actually, negate the surge that's coming in. So they offset. But what it does, these surge values are constantly spinning counterclockwise, and that's why we have surge warnings way, 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 way east of center. So we're talking surge warnings stretching into the mouth of Mississippi and possibly into parts of Mobile, or not Mobile, but Mississippi for storm surge watch. So that's what, that's the eastern side of the system is always the ones that get more than the western side. And that includes rain, tornadoes. So moving inland all the way up here, we're going to see effects. We could still see hurricane force winds here closing in on Arkansas. That's reality. So not good. Too bad you didn't have any ABC stores up that way. You might want to sleep it off tonight. And I did have a couple of videos here. All right, so I always found these videos very eerie to me. You can Google them. I won't play the whole things, but this just gives you an idea. So some of the storm surge that they're expecting is 15 foot, and it's a large area. It's not just landfall. It's a large area. 10 to 15 foot all the way to Intercoastal City, 8 to 12 foot to Morgan City, 4 to 7 foot to the Mississippi. That's far reaching. That's not even, that's not the cone. Again, the NHC stresses the cone. The cone is the path of the center. It does not show the size of the storm. Hazardous conditions can occur on either side of the cone. And looking back at Weather Nerds, I mean, that's a large system. I mean, it's not. Another picture that really shows the size of it. When you look at this picture, just our normal hurricane center graphic here. Oof, hurricane center struggling here. Just that alone. I mean, it takes up half the Gulf. Crazy. There's David Allen Co. guy. What's up, buddy? Yep, some of the winds are already reaching. Yeah, and they just posted more strengthening, the hurricane hunters. So there's two storylines here. One is we have a lot of supporters and fans that gave us little dots. I was shocked. We have our little supporter chat room. This is Weather Nerds, by the way. If you want some great satellite imagery, go to weathernerds.org, and Tropical Tidbits also. But I was shocked the amount of fans that we have that actually live in these areas. I mean, we were getting people posting their pictures. They're like, yeah, we live right here, or we live here, we live here, we live here, we live here. So the craziness about our site is that, it began as a Florida site, and now we are like one big weather family. We have people from Florida and North Carolina watching. We have people from Virgin Islands watching, and we have people watching that are actually in 12 hours from now going to be experiencing probably their worst nightmare. Category 4 potential storm. We're gonna wait. Tomorrow morning's live at 9:19. We're gonna be seeing what already happened, and our storm's gonna actually be way up here somewhere. So we'll be getting daylight video in the morning tomorrow of a changed landscape. And when I say changed landscape, these storms leave their mark wherever they decide to end up. You're going to see new Google Earth maps of a changed landscape. And I'm not hyping nothing there. That's fact. So I linked this site, by the way, on my weather page. So here's some new stuff. So, by the way, NHC key messages underneath Laura. underneath Laura, NHC Laura links. I don't like the sound of that. But anyway, when you click on that, these are hurricane-specific links that the Hurricane Center has posted, which are nice. They're specific. You can click on wind threats, which you can make it bigger. Kind of make it bigger. But you got wind threats here. It's a Google-based map. So there's your wind threats, storm surge threat, flooding rain threat. Look at that. I wonder why they left that out. That didn't make sense. That's got to be a glitch. It's not like it's going to stop raining in Little Rock. Well, Little Rock must have like a force field around it or something. And then tornado threat. Tornado threat's high. Look at the tornado threat. That's a tornado threat. We'll leave that up there. So we talked about this a lot with Isaiah. You know, when our storm goes up, all the, eastern side of the system. Look, everything's on the east side. Here's your cone. Everything's on the east side. And that's just the counterclockwise nature of storms. So when we say the east side heavily weighted here, tornado possibilities. Our cells are going to continually pump in, and what we'll see is when our storm's here, we're going to see still rain trains flying in from the Gulf. And this Gulf, kind of like springtime pattern, it's going to fuel these storms. I mean, this is basically our tornado season right here. We'll see, Gulf energy pulling up, and we'll see these rain trains of storms coming in, and that's where we get tomorrow. Tomorrow's storms will be lingering on through the day, even though our system is well offshore or onshore. We'll still see tornado threats down in the coastal coming up. So anyway, I got this link on there. Flooding rain, storm surge. Storm surge goes way inland. All right, so I'm going to lead into these videos. But look, real quick, the storm surge map is incredible. These are possibilities of how far inland we can see storm surge. It doesn't even seem possible, but we could see storm surge reaching all the way to Lake Charles, 9 foot above water in some spots, and that's because this water is pushing up. It's just pushing up through the rivers and canals and all these little inlets and whatnot, but all this area could possibly be underwater. And this is on the NHC map, by the way. But all these cities could possibly experience storm surge. These are worst case numbers, but these are blended now with the NHC's projected track. So we will find that out. That'll be luckily some of this is a lot of low-lying, uninhabitable or unincorporated areas, but that's the real deal right there. Crazy. All right, so what else is going? Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we'll talk. Down the road. There's nothing imminent coming to worry about. Trust me. There's no other systems out there right now. Listen, we're into September. There's going to be tropical waves. That's about as much of a guarantee as the sun rising every day. So a tropical wave in the Atlantic is not any breaking news. So you're going to get them. We got 2 of them. I'll show them. But there's no sign of anything organizing too much. So back to non-weather. My Isaiah injury, the shrimp tail. I actually had a little piece today. I've been watching it. I found another little piece popped out. So I had a piece on the other side. It must have been all embedded in my thumb. So it's good. And the reason I'm doing this, I thought of my joke, is every storm has a story. Marco, I woke up one morning, my eye was all messed up. And since we've been tracking Laura, my neck hurts. So I'm living through the storms with injuries. For some reason. Well, I know why Laura, because my wife will tell you, Julie, 3 out of the last 5 nights, she wakes up at 3 in the morning and my head's passed out on the desk. I fall asleep. So she knows.
I try and catch him before he falls asleep. I'm like, go to bed. He doesn't.
I'm gonna get one of my NASCAR buddies, like Austin Dillon here, number 3. He's a sort of friend. I'm really good friends with a lot of the crew guys, but I'm gonna have him send me a Hans device because NASCAR has these Hans devices. When it hit the wall now, it would have saved Dale Earnhardt maybe, but when you hit something, so I need a Hans device for my neck. So look at these videos. These videos are amazing. Now these are Katrina videos, and they're a little blurry, obviously, because they were in 2005. But what is always fascinating to me is how fast things change.
Well, the situation over here is pretty terrible. I guess this will be the last one I see in my lifetime. Even though there were so many I've seen before and been through, but this is pretty rough. And I'm glad to be over here to give my helping hand. So my knowledge in the field.
So they're talking. Next thing you know, look at the time. 8:49.
This is 20 to be 100.
Same day, 2 hours later. Look at that.
Trying to get the boats on the stage, so.
On their roofs.
I think they both hooked on a stand.
So they go from
Sunk. Look, that's what we got.
just 1 hour, and then they're on their roofs. Those are second-story house roofs. I mean, this is during Katrina, obviously, but people are on their roofs. That's the storm surge that the NHC is talking about.
Yeah, he's so scared to get in the water.
And this was Rocky. I wish I knew the whole family name. But that was incredible. There's another one that I've seen over the years that they actually had to hammer out. Now there's tips about having
I can't believe this.
having a hammer,
Stacy J.
because if you have to evacuate up through your house. This video, they actually had to hammer out through their roof, and you can see that you can see it. I mean, they actually threw the insulation. I mean, this is as real as it gets. I mean, look at a car up on the roof. Unfreaking imaginable. That's storm surge. I mean, that's what they're talking about. So whatever area gets the storm surge, these are the type of storm surges that we could see. And somebody's gonna, we're gonna see video like this. This is not fake. I mean, this is. You just see stuff like this, and you're like, I'm getting the heck out. So if you're in a flooded,
Mistakes in my life.
if you're in a storm surge area,
Got to be the biggest mistake anybody can make. This is 24, 34, St. Mary, Lexington place. This is Girl's house. I made a mistake in trying to stay here. I'll never make it my life. Me and my wife survived. But only by God's will we survived. This is Lexington. This is the street going out.
so anyway, you can Google all that, but those are things the NHC is talking about that we could possibly see. So some of the latest hurricane hunters are still flying out there. I got the link on here from Tropical Tidbits. Strengthening. Pressure down to 960 now, so it's dropping. 969, 964, 960. We always say you don't want to peak at the wrong time, and that's what exactly is happening. This thing is, we bring up that fact a lot that four Category 5 storms that hit the United States, coastal United States, have been only a tropical storm 3 days out, and we could potentially be seeing that Hey, Shelly just posted Holly Beach, Louisiana, high tide at 12:33 a.m. Wow, I didn't know that. So that's not a good stat. I haven't even looked at the tide schedules. So you add surge on top of high tide, that's even worse. But we'll start to see more aggressive wording by the NHC too. As long as this develops, we're going to start seeing, you know, more you know, stern words of what we're about to see. So yes, it's happening. There's really no forecasting now as far as what to expect. They know we're gonna expect. It's gonna. So you're talking about the surge penetrating 30 miles inland. That doesn't even seem possible that we could see surge 30 miles inland. Crazy. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Windy, heck yeah, Pierre all the time. Look, I've got a link to the site. Windy right here. I love windy.com. We link to it all the time. It's an incredible site. You know, it's basically just a higher resolution blend of the GFS and the Euro and the NAM. But you know, here's your latest expected landfall with the Euro and latest expected landfall with the GFS. Almost exact. Just east of state line. Heaviest winds to the east. Wind gusts off the charts. There's no. I mean, I don't think windy was. Look at. We're talking 183 mile an hour wind gusts predicted by the Euro. That is unbelievable. 183. That's just unbelievable. And, you know, the areas, Cameron, obviously is a city in the way. Lake Charles is in the news a lot. We got a lot of smaller cities. You know, again, the luckily for the west side, somebody just messaged me. Oh, we got some storm chasers. Oh, I got your text. So luckily, you know, the west side, the reaches are there. Yes, Galveston, you're going to feel some, but you know, obviously the eastern side is way larger with the effects. I mean, here's center. I mean, the core of the system is obviously a lot bigger, but a system this size, you know, we're gonna have damage on both sides. That's why the NHC is telling you, don't worry about this. Don't worry about the center. Let's look at some stats here. We'll see how big the system is wide-wise as far as winds go. So Laura, hurricane winds extend 70 miles from the center. Tropical winds 175. So 70 miles from the center, we got hurricane force winds. Could get bigger. System appears, you know, almost no shear, still hot water ahead. We had that little cool pocket of water that was left behind by Marco. Oh no, what's up? That's not good. The link site's down. That's not good. All these sites crash when we have hurricanes. A lot of sites crash. They can't keep up. I was just showing the water temperature map, but we had this little cool pocket right here. This was where Marco went. right here. And now we're entering, obviously, the warmer water. So it's got better conditions, if that's even possible, than it had overnight. So anyway, we're watching real time. Daylight is shining down on an eye. Yeah, Kathleen, you're kind of where Florida is a lot. You know, you see it coming at you, and you're like this thing's coming at us. But you got to trust the models. You got to trust the science, and strong systems rotate northward, and they are confident that this is going to curve to the north. Almost all your ensembles. Remember yesterday we were showing the widespread ensembles. We had European ensembles way down here. Well, now we don't. Everything is very, very, very tightly clustered now, which is not you can't say good ever in a time like this, but at least the track is somewhat, somewhat narrowed down. You want that, and look at the effects that go far inland. Look at that. We got warnings and watches all the way up. I mean, you got tropical storm warnings into Texarkana. Doesn't even seem possible, right? Arkansas, El Dorado, Hope, hurricane warnings way inland. Our storm, the storm's not going to stop. So timing, listen. So timing is tonight. Midnight, 1 o'clock, landfall. That means these outer bands are already starting to reach, getting close. Wednesday, it's 2 p.m. is what they're putting out as far as really when the impacts start. I bet you radar's starting to maybe pick up. Let's look at some long range radar. I need to update the site with radar links. Yeah, you're starting to get them. So yeah, I'm going to update the website with radar. This is long range National Weather Service. So we'll put that one up. Already getting some rain showers in Galveston. But these will be spinning in all day. Storm Prediction Center, things you got to look at. Obviously, tornado risk in the yellow to the green to the east. Squall lines coming in. Hurricane Laura posing threat for tornadoes. Texarkana. Yeah, So you got tropical storm warning in Texarkana. Go figure. That's serious. I'll tell you what a good site is. I shared it earlier, but Weather Nation and both Weather Channel 2. But they do have some nice links that I just shared that show the current warnings and watches inland. And this is such an important graphic. This is my only beef. There's two beefs. Whenever I do like speaking engagements, somebody wants to hear me talk. I don't like these National Weather Service graphics that only show coastal. This is what they show. That's all they show. And they don't show inland. And even myself, you see this, you don't think about inland effects. And some systems don't move fast, so we don't have inland effects. Some systems are weaker, like a Category 1, we won't have inland effects. But a major hurricane making landfall, there's inland effects. And if everybody's getting their information from the National Weather Service Hurricane Center, they're not seeing these effects that go way up here, you know. So that's one beef I wish they could fix. So we go to Weather Nation, get back to that. Weather Nation shows that, and the Weather Channel does too. But this at least shows you how far up the red is hurricane warnings, way inland. So again, it's not just a coastal thing. So much interest is on the coast. All the Mets you're going to see, everybody's going to be on the coast. Everybody's on the coast. Everybody's on the coast. All they talk about is the coast. They never talk about, like with Florence, they never talked about the flooding afterwards. They never talked about the inland damages that stretch northward. They get left behind in the news. So, you know, far-reaching. But those are, you know, hurricane warnings. Red's hurricane warning. Hurricane warnings where you can see sustained winds 74 miles an hour plus. Hey, Chris, there is a theory about the water, the shallower waters weakening, but you didn't see it with Harvey. You didn't see it with Hannah. So I think that's more of a Atlantic myth, because every storm's different. So that's crazy, for sure. But again, a lot of our supporters are heading into the storm. Got some new ones here: Coastal Claims, Insurance Adjuster, Liquid Glass Guard. Me and Phil are going storm chasing. I'm going to show how that stuff works. You know, storm chasing and windshield wipers suck. This won't be our storm to chase. I won't be going to Texas. I don't think I'd be storm chasing Texas. But anyway, Liquid Glass Guard. They got a coupon, by the way, coupon code. I got a new graphic for discount for our Donkey Nation, and then 1-800 pack outs. We got two companies here that are going to be called heavily. They come in after storm damage and take care of you from start to finish. Water damage, you know, take your inventory, store it, clean your house, business. So we're going to have a lot of that, unfortunately. United Environmental, another company that's going to be coming in and disaster cleanup. That's what these guys do. They come in. That's what I'm saying. There's a whole new world out there that I knew existed. And like I said, we have a lot of supporters that are fans that had to live through this, where people had to come in and actually, you know, drywall, ceiling, insulation, completely destroy your houses. And that's what these guys do. United Environmental. And I showed you Floodbud last night. In fact, they reached out. They're going to send me one. The new sandbag of 2020. No sandbags. It actually goes up against your door and seals out the water. Something you can store. And I talked about my back porch last night. And they're going to send me one. So that's cool. I'll show it. That's neat. But so check them out. And I already mentioned Tammy Kent, OSR Electric. They're up there right now. And she'll be sending us videos of the storms. She's a big weather fan on Facebook of Mike's weather page, and she'll be sending us videos of pictures of the actual storms. They're heading into the storm. Everybody's evacuating. They're heading into the storm because, you know what? they're there to rescue you when the power's out, because we are going to see power outages like never before, and it's going to reach. In fact, I wish I could find the graphic. Sometimes Weather Channel has it on there. The power outage map. Sometimes they do. Oh, there it is. Talking about power. There we go. So there's your power outage map. Power outage potential. You know, likely all the way. And this is, you know, I drew it yesterday, and it's turning into Tennessee even. So widespread power outages for a large chunk of Texas, Louisiana. That's happening by tomorrow morning. So this map today, power outages USA. Look at this. Right here. Look at this. Almost nothing. So we'll screenshot this tomorrow, and it'll be red. Well, red, not over here. Red. There's only 400. All right, look at this. I'm going to save that because that's, you know. Whoops, I got to screenshot it. Screenshot, print screen. All right. There we go. So 400, we only have 409 people. Tammy, are you watching? Tammy Kent? There's only 409 people without power in Louisiana right now. What's that number going to be tomorrow morning? A lot. All right, well, there you go. We rolled a lot. So listen, man, my heart sinks for everybody that's ready to experience this. You know, I always feel like worst case. You know, now it's down to 959. I mean, it's strengthening. You know, I had that look. You know, we talked about it over Hispaniola. The mid-level circulation never died. It actually had more structure over Hispaniola and entering Cuba than any storm I've ever seen. And we talked about that with Hannah and Isaiah. They had tight cores, and it just seems like when these systems have a tight circulation, you know, and something happened with this storm. Leading up to Hispaniola, it didn't have a tight circulation, and then all of a sudden it had a tight circulation. And that's tough. And then, man, once it got into the Gulf yesterday, you could see it. And there's no, you know, and this is where common sense comes in. No shear, warm water, no dust. You know, Marco, on the other hand, was always questionable because it was running right into a huge tut. They call it a tropical dip in the jet stream, basically, and it had extremely strong southwest shear. So you know that was like, how can a system survive with that? But it didn't. This one didn't have anything, and that's why we're seeing it. And unfortunately, a couple of the stats that I saw, as far as major hurricanes, very few. I think this is our record for earliest. Cat 3, or one of the earliest. So they're talking about radar. I need to update radar. Eyewall replacement. You know, natural progression of storms are strengthening. The eyewall collapses, and then a re-strengthening. And you know. Worst case scenario would be this to go through an eyewall replacement right before landfall. Stronger storm, more surge. Close to read at landfall. All right, well, let's see, double. All right, well, everything's good. All right, so I'll read comments for a few minutes. So tonight I got my coffee, got the iced coffee. We'll do a live tonight, leading up to the storm, for sure. We'll do a live in the morning to talk about what happened. The long-range tropics maps, if you're tuning in for that, you know, the global tropics hazards map here shows potential for 2 waves. None of them are really showing up on models yet to really get too excited about them. But you know, this first one time frame would be towards the 30th and 1st, maybe nearing the Lesser Antilles. So we do have a little break. I mean, we're talking the end of August. We could have a wave nearing the Lesser Antilles, and that's really it. You know, some of the ensembles are showing it. This would be August 31st. Whoa. 31st. So potentially, you know, maybe a wave right here. There are a lot of models picking up our system coming off of the East Coast, Virginia. If you got plans this weekend, you know, make sure you watch the progression of Laura, because it's going to curve back around and possibly regenerate off the coast. You know, it'll continue on, you know, out to sea, but we could have a brief spell of nasty weather Sunday along the coastal areas. Let's see what other. So we got flood maps. We got all that figured out. We got hazard map, tornadoes. They'll be updating that. Tornado watch is likely tonight. Definitely tomorrow through the night. Let's see the coastal effects on Sunday. So here's what we could be seeing. So, you know, this is Sunday, 10 p.m. So, it's crazy to think, but look, this is Saturday in the morning. So Saturday morning could still have some pretty hefty winds across Tennessee up into Kentucky Saturday, and all this is heading out to sea. And you can see that on the NHC 5-day track. It'd still be a depression over Kentucky on Saturday. So we'll have weather stories happening, not only, and then coastal. Look what happens. It gets a little brief window over that Gulf Stream. Look at this. Could intensify a little bit. And we could see some coastal winds for sure. Outer Banks, look at that, 48. So that is, I'm going to screenshot that too, because that's kind of important, because I don't think people realize that because the system's so strong and it's got such a core circulation, it's going to continue with that core circulation all the way up through when it exits out of the Atlantic, and those core circulations can produce some squally weather. So there's your rain thunder prediction. So it could be nasty. This is Sunday at 2 a.m. So Saturday night, I mean, this is Saturday night. It's only, what day is today? I mean, here's Friday, 3 a.m. So Friday night, we can still see almost circulation over Arkansas. 3 a.m. Friday night. And then it makes its way across. Crazy to think, right? All right, hey, there's buddy Telford. Let me say hi to everybody for a little bit. Dawn is going to Virginia. Can you believe it? All this talk about Texas, Louisiana, and we're going to have stormy weather in Kentucky, Arkansas, Tennessee, Virginia. Today's Wednesday. Yep. I don't know what day I said it was. Anniversary of Andrew in Louisiana, 8/26. That's right. Wasn't just a Florida storm, was it? So if you're just tuning in too, listen, I got some, I got Texas emergency management links, Louisiana emergency management links, traffic info links. These are very important stuff if you need to know what's going on in Louisiana and Texas. In fact, did they have a direct link? Because it's kind of confusing on Louisiana. There's really no. Their last news was dual tropical threat. I don't even know where the heck. They don't have hardly any. It's so confusing. Where do you even go? But somewhere on there. See ya.
Bye.
You want me to come or no?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a photo shoot.
Coming out?
No, I have to upload a few things. I'll meet you there. So yeah, what's up with Louisiana, man? Here's their road map. Let's see. I have that link on there. There's their roads, road maps. Let me make sure that's the same one. Yep. Man, so Louisiana emergency management is terrible. Like, where do you go? Where does it say anything about the hurricane? This is the Governor Office of Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness. And there's like, they don't even have an article on the news. The last news was August 21st, dual tropical threat in the Gulf. Am I missing something here? I mean, where do people go? There we go, right here, latest news maybe? That's a letter, state of emergency, but they don't tell you anything. I guess you're on your own in Louisiana. But let's pull up a Google map here of what. Well, here I can look at our site. Our secret number 7 here. Secret number 7 spot. Do we actually have more cities? Yeah, I guess we do. It zooms in pretty good. So here's our cone, Beaumont, Lake Charles. Remember the cone. The cone is still, cone is where the center can go. Just remember that. But look at I-10. I mean, I-10 is going to be closed. You can almost bet your money. Coastal wise, at least, there's Cameron. Not sure the population there, but obviously Port Arthur leading up to Beaumont, Lake Charles. All this area is expected to possibly be underwater all the way to Interstate 10. So this is, general facility, Hackberry, Vinton, Sulphur, Carlos, Preen, Homewood, all these little communities, Orange, there's Beaumont, there's Lake Charles. So somewhere in here is the expected eye wall to pass. So, but anyway, there's that. All right, well, listen, we had a good little chat. Hopefully, we'll find out tonight. We'll see what's cooking. And we'll find out tomorrow morning, what in the world is, what happened overnight. I know we got a ton of storm chasers. I'll link them. Jeff Petrowski, he's already there streaming a bunch. He's on Twitter, which is Periscope. Brandon Clement from Weather Chasing will be sending some links, and I'll share them. Coastal flooding already. Wow, this is 2 hours ago. This was Golden Meadow. So they're already seeing storm surge in Louisiana. So big system. Big systems push lots of water. Now it's down to 953. This thing is freaking dropping like a rock. Strengthening. Apparently they just found 953 millibars. I mean, that's crazy. All right, well, we know what's happening. Stephanie Abrams is in Lake Charles. Wow. All right. Crazy, 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 crazy. So, all right. Well, the website's there for you guys. The app's updated. All my, everything I got's on there. I'll be posting all day, for sure, sharing stuff. So, thank you so much for, yeah, Don, I'll send you pictures. Big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits again. In fact, I'm wearing their shirt today. Look at that. I'm all decked out. ABC. And I got my shirt here from the, I haven't worn it yet. Of course, I got my coffee from American Woman Coffee. People send me gifts. I love it. But I got my 50-star, I should probably wear this today. 50-star search and rescue. Armchair, I'm the official armchair meteorologist of 50-star search and rescue. So maybe I should wear that. That'd be fitting today. Then they're heading into the storm. And I got a link there to them too down here. 50-star search and rescue. And the Cajun Navy's got a lot of supporters that follow our page. So they're heading in. Facebook doesn't like to open when I'm on Facebook. Oh, there they come. Cool beans. All right, Shelly, thanks. Brandon, yeah, there's your storm chasers. Yeah, I'll link them all. What's going on Facebook? Come on, slow down. But when I'm streaming, it doesn't like to. Anyway, it's on my site. 50-star rescue. There we go. All right. All right, I want to re-upload this. We'll have a new advisory at 11. Not going to be much more than a strengthening hurricane. Well, I meant it's not going to be much changes. Not like I'm discrediting 953 hurricane, but I'm saying there's not going to be many changes. Expected to peak at 130, but heck, who knows by now. Look at that. Look at these waves already in Alabama. Look at that. I mean, they're already, the thing that kind of, I don't want to use words like scare and stuff, but, big systems like this. I mean, look at the overall size of this in the Gulf. They push a lot of water. Little systems like Charlie, for example. I mean, little tighter systems, they do have storm surge, but it's not this wide push of water. And when a system is going the same direction, northwest, it's just pushing all that water. And that's they always say storm surge is so hard to predict because you don't know, so many factors are influenced. And as Shelley pointed out, high tide apparently is around midnight tonight. So we have things like that, the size of a storm, the trajectory of a storm. But we're already seeing storm surge photos online, and we're only here. All that's going this way. Big surge coming. So, all right. Well, I guess I better go do my photo shoot with the dogs. All right, cool. Well, yeah, listen, if anybody has any cool weather links, send them to Shelly. Put them in our little supporter group chat. I'll link them to the site throughout the day. I'll put them all up here. I'll put a few links up here to Storm Chaser links. and you know, you can keep up that way. So cool beans. Thanks everybody. You guys rock, and we'll see you. I'll do one tonight at 8, and we'll keep up with what the storm's doing through the day, and then I'll do a little quickie around 11:30, and hi to all the YouTubers watching on the big screen. Because of YouTube, now I have to comb my hair in the morning. People telling me they're watching me on a 60-inch TV. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna make my face smaller. The first 2 years I did this, I never showed my face, and I had some people show your face, show your face, show your face, and I'm like, why? And they're like, then I look at it, and I'm like, it is kind of weird to see a video with nobody where you don't see a head. So now, because of you, I'm forced to not wear one-day-old shirts. So my wife hates me because I used to wear the same shirt sometimes, a couple of days. That's a guy thing. It's okay to wear shirts more than one day. I have my stack of 1-dayers, 2-dayers, and then if I'm working in the yard, 30-dayers, because they're already going to get dirty anyway. So I had a harebrained idea yesterday to clean part of our back patio with bleach, and I had my Tom and Dan shirt on, and I luckily remembered bleach spraying up in the sky, black shirts don't get along. So luckily I took my shirt off, and then I had to think about the black shirt today because of dog hair. But it's all right. You guys rock. Yeah, I'll do a quickie a little bit later, Shelly. Probably it'll be around noon. I got a lunch meeting. So much going on. All right. Take care, folks. If you live in the path, you know, you're definitely on our minds, and please be safe out there. So we'll see you later.